Jack, you left early as well. How hard of a decision was it to leave school?
Well, it's never an easy decision. Each person has different reasons why they want to leave, financial responsibilities, just getting tired. In my case, the hack and shack was created. I was getting beat up too much, and I heard my main man, Dick Vitale, say if Shaq leaves, he'll be the #1 pick. So I didn't want to go back, get help.
Yeah, because you could have been #2 if you stayed a year, I'll tell you. But, this guy, Freak, because if you would have played in that era with Freak, I don't know, Shaq. This guy, he left school early, but he is something unique, different. But I thought bringing his skills to the NBA was big because that helps refine your game a little bit. He's ready. This guy was ready, Shaq.
I have an announcement. You know why he plays so well?
Why?
I'm his father.
Dun, 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 dun.
Love you, son. Congratulations.
What's up?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
How's the family? CC good?
Yeah, she's good. They're all good. Nice knowing you have family to have your back all the time.
For sure. Got to keep that support system in place. Makes a big difference over a long season. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, man. Hey, you know we're taking this one, right?
Not a chance, Freak.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The fans making some noise. Freaks checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Gordon. So for New Orleans right now, Pondexter and Davis fill up the forward slots. Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt. And it's Blatch in at the 5, down low. Davis drives in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Anthony right side. Lopez a screen. Here's Holmes. Pelicans pull it in. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Green against Evans. 6 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
Had about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Larry Sanders is checked in for New York. It's stolen by Davis. Evans against Anthony. Sanders with the steal. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
His second person, 15.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. The Knicks have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. That free throw good from Porzingis. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Back to Holiday. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans.
Assisted by Tyreke Evans.
Freak with it. Puts up a 3, and he gets it to go. Freak's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Holiday goes in. Can't make good off the pick.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Latch the pass to Evans. There's the screen. To the middle. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one's on Anthony.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
For the Knicks, Spates comes in for Porzingis, and it's Williams in for Anthony. And a change for the Pelicans. Cunningham's checked in. Freak dishes to Williams. Second shot opportunity. Oh, trying for it. They shoot again, and it's Sanders getting it to go. Sanders has got his first points of the game.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Pelicans shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Omer Ashik, he's checked in for New Orleans. New York trailing. And here's Freak. Goes up on the high post. Can't get it to go. Evans with some nice D. Here is Cunningham, guarded by Green. Ashik, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And that one's good. Freak.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
The Pelicans have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And that's Evans penetrating. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Here's Holmes. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Freak's got 8 points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. 11 feet away. It's rebounded by New Orleans. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
Both teams have it go. And some tough times for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise. Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
And you know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
Holmes in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Sanders. Then it's Anthony. And it's Roten in at the 2 spot. They're the group New York will start the second with. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers was a big factor. He had 9 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. At the elbow, Sanders. Here's Holmes.
A moment here to see the numbers for Anthony Davis. Coming off a terrific season, 3rd in blocks. And he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
Hey, you don't finish top 3 in blocks unless you're truly inspired. I mean, he combines supreme hustle with great awareness. Looking at the numbers for Freak, he's got 10 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the 2nd quarter.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In 3rd, the Pelicans.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And, boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Stolen by Holiday. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. That is good. And now it's a 3-point New Orleans lead.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Holmes. The shot, no good.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Assist from
Holiday's got his 3rd assist on the night. New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Anthony on the wing, defended by Gordon. Taken away by Holiday. And here comes Holiday, leading the fast break. Kept alive. Cunningham passes to Holiday. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Holiday's got his 3rd basket of the night. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Taken away by Anthony. And a fast break now for New York. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Holiday dishes to Davis. Davis can't get that one to fall.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touchdown. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pelicans lead by 3.
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What does their contribution mean to this team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat. And just hopefully we can keep that up.
It certainly takes some pressures off the starters. Melo, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We've seen Eric Gordon really having a great game.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent.
So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?
Just playing hard. You know, we had a meeting today as a team.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Gordon. He showed the composure and cleverness that only a longtime veteran could possess. A vintage performance from a very savvy player.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. Guys, huddle up. We're going to run 35 for a while. Let's go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, so far they've staggered to a 3-7 record out of the blocks this season. They need a much better mark in their next 10 games than they had in their first 10, or it could be a season in jeopardy. Big change for the Knicks last year was implementing the triangle offense. Obviously, didn't exactly go how they wanted, but Shaq, how long do you stick with the triangle before you consider some other shape?
You know, being a master of triangology, you know, is very, very difficult. But, you know, I don't think the Knicks really had the talent to pull it off, but, you know, just need.
Every dime is a flavor. I'm signed to the plate.
Wide open roadways of downtown Phoenix shining at dusk falls. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday night action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Suns. Back on the road tomorrow. The big story here is the return of Aaron Aflalo, who has been sidelined with an injury.
Well, they lost a bit off their fastball when he was on the sideline with that injury, guys. Things really started to unravel for him shortly after he got hurt, and they couldn't quite piece it back together.
And it seemed his absence affected this team really beyond the X's and O's. You could see that there was a dip in their confidence. And again, that's the intangibles that somebody of his caliber will bring to the table. And so now that he's back, I'm interested to see how they respond.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Porzingis, Gerald Green out there with Tony Roten. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. Here's Anthony. Phoenix able to drain the 3.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Anthony's got his first points in this one.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Teletovic has got a couple of threes now in the first of the Suns. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Roten dishes to Lopez. And again, it's New York.
Assistant, Tony Roten.
Phoenix has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Bledsoe outside. And it's sent back by Lopez. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Anthony. Finished off the break.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Bledsoe outside. Teletovic passes to Bledsoe. Bledsoe with another miss. The Knicks have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Passes to Teletovic. Puts up a 3. No good. And New York will come the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
There's the pick. Bledsoe outside. Shot clock at 5. From the top of the key. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Porzingis. A 3 ball. That is good. Porzingis has got his first 3 points of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Bledsoe. And nothing is falling for him right now.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Lets it go from 11. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Roten. Land with the block. Here's Booker. He had 13 points in the win against Brooklyn.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Fast break. Here they come. And there's Roten, and that's good on the assist by Green.
Every time they get scored.
It's making substitutions here. 1:44 left in the first quarter of the game. Bledsoe kicks to Villanueva. The feed now tonight. The pass to Chandler. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Knight. He's averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Night in and night out, he's their #1 option offensively.
That's why he leads the team in scoring. Almost every play feels like it runs through him.
right, now. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Brooks checked in for Eric Bledsoe. And he sinks the second. 1:27 left to play here in the first. The Knicks leading by 4. Holmes. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Phoenix has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Knight with it. Now guarded by Aflalo. Screen by Villanueva. And Brooks gets it to go. Brooks has got his first points of the night.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Holmes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step. And Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it, so that shouldn't come as any surprise.
And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. For so long, Clark, Freak has made it apparent that he wants to be a global star. Isn't that what all these guys really want? He tries to achieve that through endorsements. You wonder if he is taking some of his focus off the game.
Well, you know, it's perfectly fine for any NBA player to sign a few endorsements, but you have to make sure that the main thing stays the main thing. NBA players need to hoop more than they need to worry about their brand.
Out to the right wing. Shot by Villanueva, no good. And here's Freak. No good, trying to beat the... And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team. You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying, "Here's a look for New York." Spates checked in for Porzingis. Gerald Green comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Roten. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Holmes, he's in at the point. Maurice Spates out there with Sanders. Then it's Anthony, and it's Green in at the shooting guard. And he gets it to go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
So it's Phoenix now, trailing by 2. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Now here's Anthony. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Here is Bledsoe. The Knicks making the shot. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
A minute 42 left to play in the first half. But they recover it. Tries again, and Sanders lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Len. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Kennedy. 6 on the shot clock. And good as it rattles through the hoop. 5 points in the game. 1:06 left now here in the second. Fires, high post. Booker pulls it in.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Now here's Bledsoe. 20 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Freak. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Rejected by Len. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game time. Len sets a screen for Bledsoe. Here's Chandler, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Home. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots in the game right here. Free throw good. Freak.
All right, come on, let's go. Keep going, keep going.
2 shots.
And both free throws good from Freak. Now Knight from deep 3-point range and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Sun.
No, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going some way, somehow. For the most part, we did pretty good. A couple of adjustments on the defensive end. Make some shots, and we'll be fine.
Melo, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. The Suns leading with a completely new group on the floor. They've got Brooks. Kevin Serafin is out there with Chandler. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Kennedy in at the 3. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And he gets the bucket.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Freak with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Sanders dishes to Freak. Shoots a 3. They get the rebound. Goes up again, and it's Sanders getting it to go.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Move the ball.
Stolen by Brooks. And oh, here we go, Knight, nobody back. And he gets the bucket. And now an 8-point Suns lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Phoenix.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And the Suns making a change here. Villanueva's checked in. And Larry Sanders drops them both. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the third. Knight passes to Brooks. Chandler with a screen for Brooks. Shot by Villanueva, no good.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
It's Brooks on the wing. He kicks it to Villanueva. And it's off from three-point range. Knicks trail by 6. Spades dishes to Freak. New York, no good that time either.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Stolen by Brooks. Fast break, here come the Suns. Brooks has got the ball, and the basket good. Brooks has got the lead up to 8 now for the Suns.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here's Villanueva, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. The Suns shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Villanueva. Roten's checked in for the Knicks.
Watch him. He's coming out over there.
And New York looking at who they've got. Holmes, he's in at point guard. Derek Williams is out there with Perry Jones. Then there's Maurice Spates, and it's a Flalo in at the 2-guard spot. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan player of the game. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
When the team is struggling like you guys have been, how do you avoid negative thoughts getting in your head?
You just got to be professional. Live in the moment. A wise man once said, doubt can only be removed by action. So I got to get to work. We all do. It's as simple as that.
Any particular reason your shots weren't falling tonight?
Fine. Put this all on me. I don't care. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the poor plays that were being called or the fact that I wasn't getting the ball in the spots I wanted, or whatever. I'm a big enough man to admit I had an off night. Just know it won't happen again anytime soon. And that's a promise. Next question.
Word is spreading that you're causing some real drama with your off-court commitments, missing appearances, failing to fulfill contracts. Do you have anything to say about that?
Look, if you want to talk about my business dealings, you have to get in touch with my agent, Don Pagnotti. But you know what? Let me save you the time because here's what he'll say. No comment. It's silly to comment on stuff like that has no bearing on anything else. So please, let's keep questions on the subject of basketball and basketball only. Thank you.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Los Angeles Clippers at Staples Center. Checking out the Clippers, their record has fallen off the pace they set last season. No team wants to see that regression. They're looking to turn things around, and we'll see how they do tonight. Well, we're going to see Doc Rivers on the sidelines tonight, and there is no doubt he's been a successful coach wherever he's been. This question for you, Kenny. How would you grade his handling of the Clippers roster during his tenure?
Well, it's never easy being both president and the team coach. I mean, think about this. That's a lot of pressure because when the coach isn't doing his job well, who fires him? Not the president. When the president isn't doing his job well, who fires him? It's tough because there's no one to manage.
It's a road game for the Knicks, and they're facing an interconference foe today. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. This homestand ends here for the Clippers as they get ready to hit the road.
Ready to go?
Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for changes. Bargnani is checked in for Jordan. Scott comes in for Blake Griffin. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. On the court for the Knicks, Holmes in at point guard. Sanders is out there with Maurice Spates. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Williams at the small forward. And that one's good. Freak.
Assisted by Larry Sanders.
1:56 left to play in the first. Paul passes to Scott. Passes it to Green. There's the pick. Just 5 on the clock. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Good on the triple. Paul's got his third basket of the night right there.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Stick it too much.
Here's Holmes. That one off the back iron and out.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
The drive by Green. Feeds it to Bargnani. Looks for Paul. Gets it to him. Redick dishes to Scott. Drills the elbow jumper. Scott's got his first bucket of the night. Knicks trail by 8. On the wing of Flalo. From downtown. Kept alive by New York. Freak kicks to Sanders. Now here's Freak, defended by Paul. Here's Holmes. New York, no good that time either. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Paul kicks to Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 5 now.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Spates gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Clippers leading by 9. Paul outside. Dishes it to Redick. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. 2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
This is almost like a...
Clippers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Puts it up from 12. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Paul. 16 points for Blake Griffin.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Bargnani has checked in for Blake Griffin. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
The feed to Green. To the right side. The open shot, Paul. And the shot falls short this time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Holmes. Los Angeles has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. There's the screen. Outside, Green. Picked by Bargnani. Offensive rebound. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And both free throws good from Freak. 1:41 left to play here in the second quarter. Paul kicks to Green. And the Clippers miss again.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
The dish to Sanders. There's the pass to Spates. Freak with it. He's against Green. And that one's good. Freak.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
That's good. And that's now 10 points for Chris Paul.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And Redick kicks to Barnett. Free throw line jump shot, and he gets it to go. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
Holmes, no good. Good work defensively by Paul. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Redick with it. Williams picks him up. Williams comes with the double team. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
At the line for your Clippers.
Free throw good. Paul. And New York making a change. And that does it for the...
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we get into the second half, what do you expect to see from this offense you're facing tonight?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now.
Some good play from Griffin in this one. 16 points and 2 blocks.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Clippers making a change here. Smith has checked in, and New York with a change here too. Freaks checked in. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Griffin is out there with Green, and it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
What a sweet assist by CP3.
Takes the 13-footer, and it comes off the front of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 13. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 8 points for Jamal Crawford.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Anthony, the pass to Holmes. A 3 ball. Crawford with the rebound.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one after the win against the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
And when that strategy, Greg, didn't lead to layups, they usually wound up at the foul line. And I thought they shot an excellent percentage when they did get to the line.
Here's Green. No good.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And the Knicks miss again.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now. Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that.
Los Angeles leading by 22. On the court for the Knicks, Holmes. He's in at point guard. Maurice Spates out there with Williams. And it's Green, and it's Afflalo in at the 2-guard position. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for Jordan. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Mo Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. Green kicks to Williams. Freak with it, working on Williams. Here's Holmes. It's rebounded by Bargnani. Bargnani's got 5 rebounds tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Paul. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Shot from 16, and it's Freak with the rebound. And now the Knicks on the break. Freak with the ball. It's taken away by Smith. Outside Williams. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Freak. From deep three-point range. So the Clippers winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, it looked like you guys came out with a very defensive mind.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
You know what? He's a total package as a floor general. It may not be an official ranking for the best leaders in the league, but if there was, CP3 would be right at the top of the list.
He was putting passes on a platter for these guys, leading them straight to the basket for easy buckets. He finished with 13 assists, and as good as that total was, it still doesn't reflect what a supreme job he did running their offense.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it.